What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another week of the Hydeout. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was our intro for season 4. That was pretty neat. We got to mess with that and make an intro, and we're learning how to make it more official, guys. We're 2 years in. We got to get a little bit better, you know what I mean?
I mean, we're getting there.
Yeah.
At first it was the transitions and stuff, and now we're like, okay, now we're figuring out the intros, outros, and all that stuff again.
Yeah.
So I think for a minute we did play around with it, but now we're like
officially using it. Yeah, officially using it. So that was our intro for you guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. So again, guys, welcome YouTube, Hydeout, Facebook page, and Twitch. We are again super excited to be streaming on 3 sites, being able to bring y'all Marvel, anime, DC news, and more, and reviews. So yeah, let's get started. It is gonna be a good day. Well, like I said, we are gonna be trying new things. I'm already messing up because I was supposed to not even touch my phone. It was supposed to be already set. But I got excited for that intro, so I was staring at it while I was playing. So
it was like, I need to see it in action.
And then I didn't know if the volume was there, so that
I actually did check
okay,
that,
cool. So it was there.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then right at the beginning, I didn't even unmute myself, so it's going all over the place today. But all right, guys. So I already got it shared. Let us get into the nitty gritty. I know we missed last week. Again, we were, letting everybody spend their time on Easter Sunday, family time. I was out of town as well, and now we're back into it and getting into the into the mix. And we've talked about like here comes movie season. We got the Thunderbolts coming up this week. We have Ironheart in June. We have July. That's going to be action packed with Superman and the Fantastic Four. So it is going to be back to back to back.
And then, is there anything planned in August? I think there might be. But
might be. Like I said, we probably covered it and we don't remember. Yeah, there's just so much going on.
We discussed this earlier on this year too. Like this year is huge, just with like anime.
It might be Demon Slayer. No, September.
September. Which it kind of was like, because you're gonna have to stay off of social media. Everybody will. Once July 18th hits, because that's the Japanese release, which upsets me because me and you originally saw the post where it's supposed to be worldwide release originally. Because
Sony was talking about it. Yeah. So I'm pretty upset with that too.
Fixed up their stuff, and I'm like, it is what it is. But I'll go and pay to see it in theaters.
It's gonna be so true because everything that my algorithm pops up is anime and or Marvel themed stuff. So. I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna watch something, bro. I'm pretty sure.
It's
I
not
can't
gonna spoil it for me. It's gonna spoil it for me.
It's true. This is so true.
I'm just gonna be there.
At least we get to see what is gonna be animated. Me, I'm more like, oh my god, that's what's happening.
Yes.
You're so right. God damn it. So it's more of a spoiler for me.
My wife and my kids are ahead of you now too, and her friends are caught up now.
They're all through down on the freaking anime, dude. That's crazy. I'm stoked. That is true. But again, I've always said, I'm at that point where it's not truly ruining it for me. I'm just excited overall. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be for sure action packed. And then we get One Punch Man in October.
Is it confirmed October?
Yeah, I think it was October, but we didn't get a date. It was just October 2020.
Because I know it said like fall, so I was like, I don't want to say a confirmed month because I'm like, they could move it around.
Yeah.
We'll see. I am looking forward to that nearly as much as I am Demon Slayer.
Again, coming from you saying that the manga is just, you know, top tier as far as like artistry and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
They went off on that. Like, dude, some of these fights coming up in One Punch, in my opinion, are going to give Demon Slayer a run for their money in terms of animation.
As long as the studio, as long as the studio can produce.
Because, dude, like reading it, I was like, "Holy crap!"
And but that's what they were saying about the solo leveling as well, because the interpretation of these next arcs that are coming are just so, you know, good in the manhwa that, you know, it's going to take a while to put it and illustrate it and animate it, all that stuff. And again, you want that, you know, that love, you know what I mean? Like, especially with the exception that they got, like the crowd approval, you know, that they got with it, you know what I mean? So I would hope that they take care of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
so but alrighty, guys, let me see if this will work. This is another little thing that we worked on. It's our next portion of the show. Breaking news.
Our news section.
Yeah. So again, guys, something we're working on. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's gonna be you know, from here on out on all our shows. It'll be awesome. But yeah, so we're gonna go over the news portion. First thing first that we're gonna get out of the way that we've talked about probably on the show, you know, quite a bit as far as here recently, is that we got X-Men is going to wear their comic accurate suits in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. They are filming in the X Mansion, so again, we're getting the mansion, we're getting comic accurate suits. So do you and I already thought about this question ahead of time for you, like are you excited for it, or are you thinking it's more of a fan service at this point now?
I feel it's a bit both.
Okay.
Like that's not something that could be just fan servicey, but it's also something that people are excited about because it's iconic. It's like, you know, when you think
it's what they remember,
yeah. When you think Captain America, you see the shield. When you think Iron Man, it's that red suit, the gold face. Like, it's part of the character, so their suits are them. Like, when you think, like most people with the comics, when you think of a Wolverine, you see the black and yellow suit, like Gambit with that damn trench coat. Like it's like those are the
when you see when we got it in Deadpool, it was you know, you seen that it's possible. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, just you should have did it from the get go kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, some of them yes, some of them no, because like some of them are like very like Gambit's is easy to portray.
Gotcha.
But like with the cowl, I still don't know where it came from. He pulled it out of a dimension.
Oh.
he that just came out of nowhere.
It's like, what? The cow?
Yeah. Like, he pulled it out of nowhere. The wings flapping up perfectly. You know, but like stuff like with Storm, like
even now that you say that, now that I'm remembering, it was in a suitcase, you know, hard, and it had its own section. You know what I mean? So. What? You know what I mean? That's even more of a, like, why did it just come out? Like, his suit was separate from the helmet.
Yeah. Like. so now you see where I come from. But no, like with Storm's costume, it's that like just
white drapery
with the thing that reach up to her, like her wrist and stuff. I'm like, that's doable. It's a little bit in the way, but it's doable.
Oh, okay. Like. Towards the end, I believe that's what they were trying to do. I don't know how comic accurate, because I know that when she did the Halloween, that was comic accurate. Like, you know, exactly.
That was her comic accurate.
So you know, I think more changes. I mean, if she's coming back is the, you know.
Well, hers is the biggest question if she's coming back or not.
Gotcha, yeah.
But like a lot of other people's, like they're
basic, you know. The one if we get is his name Angel? Is it
the wings?
If we get that
CGI-ish, unless you want to use prosthetics, which I mean
apparently, according to Alan Cumming, the one that's doing Nightcrawler, that the process has changed and it's been, you know, so much better, because it used to be like a 9-hour process. Now he did it in like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. I can't remember how long.
I think wasn't like Mystique saying something like that too, like where you had to sit there for like 6-7 hours.
I even think I seen a clip where they were like, they put all the bumps first, and then they had to paint her to match the things. It was just like, good God. But so apparently it's gotten better. So, you know.
So, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to it. I know it's a bit fan servicey, But at the same time, I'm like, if they do it right,
we got a Magneto, right? We at one point we got a Magneto.
We had a comic character, Magneto.
Okay, so
I know more along the lines of the female costumes people are going to be wanting to change.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
is Rogue going to be wearing those green and yellow spandex? You know what I mean?
Like with Psylocke too. Like her thing is like deep.
Yeah.
And I'm just
because I don't think they had that costume for her in the Apocalypse movie.
No, they changed it. So I'm like, things change like that. I'm like, yeah, sure. But if you keep it, like if you have like a spark of the original, like the color concept correct and everything, yeah, cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. For Mystique and stuff, like what they're doing for the prosthetics, you mean?
Instead of having the entire body done, depending on the angle, they can do like certain shots.
They could zoom in on one. I guess.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, so they wouldn't. I mean, if that scene is all talking that whole day and it's all she's gonna do, just doing the upper part, you know.
I know some movies do that thing where they're like, oh, we need we're at a desk scene, and basically there's
like an interview where they're
from the top up and everything below, they're just like chilling in trunks and whatnot, Yeah.
That's funny. I can see that.
I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
I am. Again, I was, again, I thought of it as fan service, but I mean, we're at that point now. You know what I mean? We're at that point. These characters are established. We know what we want to see. Just give it to us already. You know what I mean? Again, I love the updates, and speaking of updates, we got something going along the lines of what James Gunn is doing. We had some reveals that were out throughout the week. We shown like Hot Girl as right now. We have an image of her, Isabel Marcid. I love James Gunn. You know what I mean? I think his passion for the comics show in his films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, you have your naysayers that say that's old. There was someone that put like a meme of a metal bucket on their head, and it's look at me, I'm Hot Girl. Like, come on, like you know what I mean?
In my opinion, that looks really good.
Yeah,
I did see this, and I wish I would have told you about it too, but I only saw it once, and then it was forgotten. But somebody was saying that that outfit, you have I think Mr. Terrific in there too, and then you have the Green Lantern. All their suits kind of have that same
apparently they had a name. It was like Justice something, the Justice Justice Squad or something.
And I was like, their suits all kind of have that similar, like how you
the drop down,
drop down white and everything. I was like, that looks pretty clean though. I mean,
it's helmed by the Green Lantern by what's his name? Oh my god. Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I'm interested to see it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Again, I think this interpretation of Mr. Terrific is not better because I think the one on Warner Brothers was pretty good itself. But I think the photos I saw in comics were, good to what they compared them to. You know what I mean? Again, that's what I give about James Gunn. And I'm hoping I hope that we don't get CGI'd to death with Marvel. You know what I mean? Like him, I'm enjoying the fact that he's going, what is it? Not prosthetic, but what's the word?
I know what you're talking about.
Real effects, you know what I mean? I can't think of the thing. Practical effects. There you go. What? You believe it looks bad?
What about it?
I was going to ask, what about it looks bad? I want to know what you think.
I'm very curious about this now because is it the whole boxers on the outside for you?
That seems to be a lot of people's problem. I'm like, that's what he wore. Like, that was a huge length of time that he had, his underwear is on the outside. Like,
or is it his face? Because I know some people, myself included, when I first saw him, I was like, he doesn't look like Superman to me.
I think he does, man.
To me, it was like I think it's just Havel played such a good Superman. I couldn't separate it.
You can't separate it.
That and it looks very dated. Oh,
well, I mean, they even played the '80s theme, right? The intro. Apparently, that was a big thing that they used. They made it a guitar solo or whatever of the original intro for the Superman and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm ready. I feel like they're teasing us. I feel like these videos and trailers are edited to make us think that the suit doesn't look as good or whatever, and then and then when we go in there, it's the refined, final cut. You know what I mean?
What? Just for that, I'm gonna have to get some Red Dam underwear when I go and wear it on the outside.
buy some blue, silk short pants, and throw on some red. Hey, that Superman shirt at Walmart is pretty nice. I was like, they have it. It's the logo for the new movie. Yep, I'm gonna get one for sure.
So you're gonna come with me wearing dress like that?
I might, dude. I'm tugging the shirt, dude. But yeah, so other than that, it's just the imagery. Are you down for the story? But that's what I'm saying. So James Gunn argued that, and I liked his comparison. Is like, I didn't want my Superman to look like, he was wearing a wet shirt, it had to show every muscle, body, figure or something like that. I laughed so hard. I was like, so again, I don't know.
There's different interpretations of it in the comics too. There's the ones that like, it's the Superman where it's like clinging
ripped,
to him. And then the other one where it's just like, you can see like the outline of his chest, but other than that, like it's not really showing much muscle outside. Like you could see his arms, but that's part like, whatever.
Okay.
But I'm like, for like, you got to think if it was set in the 80s, it's gonna feel dated because the 80s now are what, like 40 years ago, dude. So like,
I don't know when it's dated in this movie as far as like the time frame.
Because he was saying for the 80s, very dated for like the 80s.
Or it's reference. No. Yeah. It's modern. I think it's just. The movie feels 80-ish, like in the 80s
okay.
and stuff. So, but keeping on, we're gonna talk about again the practical effects we were talking about. So we have Metamorpho as well. I got a glimpse of them. They even like showed a toy review, I believe, too. That you know what I mean. So they again, damn them toys. Dang the toys. I think.
Speaking of which, the toys gave away the.
I think the red boxers. I mean, again, Crypto. He's been he's been an avid person saying that Crypto should have not been brought in, but I don't know. I really feel like it should. I mean, again, it's a different interpretation. We just throw him in there, and then also apparently he is going to be with Supergirl in that Woman of Tomorrow. So he might have a cut scene. Apparently there is going to be transition into that Wonder Woman Supergirl or Supergirl Wonder Woman of Tomorrow or something like that. I can't remember the title. I'm not gonna.
I think it's like Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow.
Woman of Tomorrow, right? Something like that. But
yeah, I'm very against Crypto.
Yeah, according to the description, there was an article that said that it's a very untrained. It is a dog that shouldn't have superpowers. So imagine a rambunctious dog,
it's like a puppy.
and then and then has powers. You know what I mean? And they even asked Lois Lane, Henry. Is it confirmed? I didn't know that. I don't think.
I mean, that's not in our wheelhouse normally. So.
Yeah. Delete that comment. I'm like, how do I get in there? Void. So I think Crypto will be a good fit in the end. I don't know. They were asking Lois Lane. That's what I was saying. They were asking Lois Lane, the character that they were saying. Same thing, that the character has a love-hate for Crypto and doesn't know why, without giving too much away, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm down for it, I guess you could say. You know what I mean?
They made it look cute, but at the same time, like with that whole trailer that was out and he's jumping on him, and I'm like, okay.
And imagine the strength, like it already hurts when a regular dog
but
pushes
I'm like, who
you.
did that to him?
Doesn't he come?
No, but who did that to Superman?
That's going to be good. There's Ultraman apparently going to be in there. There was that robot. They don't know if that's Lex Luthor's power suit. Apparently, there was a reveal. Again, they're already doing what movie? It's more the Thunderbolts. They keep doing the release and a secret scene and this, and I'm like, yo, just wait. Like, we got 2 weeks left. Why are we getting these snippets? Why are we getting these random?
They're gonna do the instead of the silhouette, you're gonna see him for real in color now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't unlocked the character. When we finally go to the theater, we're gonna get to, but
the day before being released, they put him up.
Oh man.
But yeah, Metamorpho looks good, dude. I actually enjoy the.
Ooh, I wonder if he will bring the Wonder Twins in. Because isn't there like the villain society, something like that, right? Where they lived in the bayou. They had like a little, you know what I mean? So I wonder if they're gonna bring all that in. That'd be freaking dope.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't be mad at it. I know he was making a joke about it, but at the same time, I mean, like,
hey, we got an extended universe. Right. Hey, we got an extended universe. We got a DC universe. Hey, you know,
the extended universe does well enough. It goes into the main universe.
I was gonna say they even like now it's gonna be all the animated Stargirl, the stories of the Green Lanterns, and all this stuff. All those like animated
stories of Green Lantern if they're making lanterns.
It's a actual space one. I think it's animated space one.
Okay.
Again, Elseworlds. Again, we're getting a different intro, so you know we'll now be able to distinguish. You know what I mean? Like we'll be distinguished. Dang it, we don't have it in the news, but we do need to talk about it. I've been reading rumors about Matt Reeves not going to be able to finish the Batman 2, and they're thinking about canceling it.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
So it's a rumor. Again, I haven't found any confirmation. So if y'all guys found any confirmations, I just seeing that's where they should have went.
Would have been cool.
They should have went that route. Cool. You know what I mean? Like,
but the thing is, with that, Batman Beyond is set so far ahead in the future compared to what James Gunn is currently working on. So if you do a Batman Beyond, it's going to have to be Elseworlds, like outside of it, and then you're going to have to do a different Batman. And with that, people are going to complain because they're like, well, Batman Beyond, this and that is better. Oh, why is this casting not the same as that cat? He doesn't look like the Batman from Batman
We'll
Beyond.
See what happens in 10 years. He did say it was a 10 to 11 year plan. So,
that's a long time.
Dude, we did it for Marvel. I mean,
yeah, but that was different. Like, I don't think Marvel knew what they were going to do until like after the first phase.
After Avengers 1, they were just like, yo, we created a monster.
Yeah, like they didn't know what was going on until afterwards. Like, they had an idea. They were like, let's drop hints, see if people want to see it. It worked out. But then, like, with DC, I'm like, you planning so far in advance. If something bombs, it's going to hurt. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, well, we could pick up and go.
Wait. The DCU right now? Yeah. Again, he's not planning so far in advance. They do still got Michael Keaton. But what's called they're not planning too far in advance. You
said 10 to 11 years.
Well, that is the goal, but I'm saying like they're not shooting we talked about this. They're not shooting themselves in the foot like Marvel saying, hey, we're gonna put a Blade film out, 2026. James Gunn doesn't say anything until it is concrete. He's got the script. He's approved it. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, even with that, what I'm saying is like that is a good thing. But with that, Michael Keaton is a good Batman, though. But with that, I'm saying, like, you have your movie confirmed. You're filming. It gets out. You got, like, let's say the Superman movie does good. The next movie after that does good. Your third movie bombs. You would have to pick up the pieces. Because if that third movie bombs and it's part of the Justice League movie, people are going to hold that bomb to that Justice League movie now. And people that didn't like it are not going to want to watch the Justice League as much as they would have.
But we got that with Marvel, didn't we?
Marvel bombed several times.
On the build-up.
The Vision because of the Thanos build-up. Because it's a weird place because Marvel shot themselves in the foot with giving us the timeline. And these movies are coming out. And then some of them fall off. Some of them mess up. Some of them bomb. But you have the end game. Like, it built up to Infinity War and Endgame. Mm-hmm. Those were the hype. This is the final battle. This is our boss. If you're not getting a boss battle really with DC, but their movies are standalone pretty good and you're building up to a decent thing, maybe they could do it, but it might hurt you if you don't have that end vision as well as like
if they didn't show that. Like Darkseid is watching them, Darkseid coming, up and coming, he's like seeing what's happening in on Earth, etc.
Yeah.
Then you think it would be there, or
if you like, you don't even have.
So
to
you don't think the build itself for Justice League and the DCU is. You think it's burnt out because of the Snyder build up? You know what I mean?
It might be some of the burnt out from that, but it's also if one movie bombs, they're going to hold it against you. And that's the scary part of doing this. But you make a good point. if the first two movies kind of lead into each other and they lead into like a bigger thing, that might be enough where even if a movie bombs along the way, people might be like, well, I still want to see that bigger thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go.
That's what I'm getting at. What if he breaks his 10-year plan into like 3, 4 twos, or like in sections, you know what I mean, instead of like a massive build up, after 4 years or after this many films, this is the build up. This build up is now going to lead into this build up.
I can see that working out a bit. Yeah.
Okay. But, because again, he's already pushed back. DC was Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, that movie I didn't like it.
It was rough. Dude,
that freaking theme song for her playing every time she appeared on the damn screen got annoying.
The Amazonian thing.
I was just like, get it out of here. I'm tired of it.
Stop. We see her.
If she wasn't on screen and you played it, oh, she's coming. Then stop it when she gets on screen. But don't show her and then play it and then have it play for like the 30 seconds that it has to play. No, I'm tired.
But what I was getting at was, we got that like crossover during the time of the Flash. He started taking helm around the Flash, again, the Aquaman, you know what I mean? And so, he's not going to touch the Flash character anytime soon. I'm pretty sure he's not going to touch Aquaman anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like Cyborg, maybe. We're even getting like the Teen Titans, I believe, in the DCU. Like apparently, like that's what I was hearing. So like it's supposed to come in with like Brave and Bold, Batman, and stuff. Woo! All right, guys. To continue with James Gunn, we have this little piece of news that we always love about Mr. James Gunn himself. Is he confirmed that Garrett Dillahunt will not be playing Green Lantern in the Lanterns in DCU. So I read the post. He went on to Facebook and was like defending, James Gunn, and was like, yo, didn't think this was going to cause that big of a problem. I was just posting a time that I cosplayed as Green Arrow and I took some photos. So it wasn't even supposed to be that serious, but people can't see anything of it.
It was a Halloween event and I dressed up in my costume.
Also think people getting tired of so many classic style superhero movies.
Honestly,
the anti-heroes are taking off.
And what is it? Anti-heroes and what is the other version of them?
The vigilantes?
Well, heroes are vigilantes.
Yeah.
But it's like anti-heroes and something else along like that thread that water, or like a hero or bad guys like that are edging toward being good, kind of like Venom. Like originally was a bad guy that became like he's an anti-hero now, but originally he was a.
I think that's villain. The word, isn't it?
No, there's another word I'm trying to think of. Maybe you're right.
What is it? Suicide? What is it? What's the other word?
Maybe I'm wrong, but honestly, yeah, like Punisher, Daredevil. Those people are more popular. I mean, people like you said, like more people are kind of getting over the.
Why do you think that's why they enjoyed Invincible and The Boys?
Yes,
they were just like, this is what would happen if the world really had superpowers. You know what I mean? Tired of this PG-13, bullshit.
I done told everybody I knew, if powers are real and I had powers, you would not see me be a hero. I would definitely be like an anti-hero, maybe, but definitely go on the village arc. Like I would definitely be like,
I got some names on this paper right here. I'm just a vigilante is someone who does justice outside the law, I believe. June. Oh, I was like, who says it's June?
That's not.
I was like, that didn't seem like a regular name. Hell yeah! What's up, June? Welcome in. But okay, so vigilante is the. A hero outside of the law. There we go. And then we got anti-hero who is a hero but doesn't follow that good line, that the line of good.
They do that Punisher where like I'm gonna kill you because it
I feel like
benefits.
that's a street, like they're the dotted line in the middle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not
really,
not the right side or the left side of the curve.
Yeah.
They're like that little line in the middle. You know,
because
what
it's
I
just like either you're gonna save people and save every life, or you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna kill everybody. But that dotted line in the middle is I'm gonna kill people for the greater good.
Or even further concept where the lines get solid on the left and then they get solid on the right for the passing of the on the one-way street.
You got those villains that turn heroes, and then you got the heroes that turn villains for a second, then they go back,
and then they go back to the two-way road. Moral code.
Everybody has their own version of justice, though.
So definitely. I think again, you made a good point. There's a list here that
dude, like, without even a
I'm gonna
list,
kick him in the shin. I got super strength.
I want to see how far I could put you.
It reminds me of the Minions when they get their the super minions, and he like high fives them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He doesn't know his own strength. That makes me laugh.
Having powers or abilities is just like my favorite one. And you guys could comment, because I think everybody knows Avatar: The Last Airbender well enough to be like, what bending ability would you want?
Blood bending.
Well, that would be water bending.
Yeah, just water bending.
And I was like, that would be really cool. And most people will like want blood bending because it's cool. Whatever. Some a few people that I know, I was like, oh, you're so innocent, because they're like, oh, I want earth bending because I could use the ground to move or whatever, or like build a house or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Fire bending so they could light firewood and do whatever, how. And people are like, oh, like a lot of people didn't say airbending for some reason. Somebody said it so they could like help them fly or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's you guys really are innocent. Because I would want airbending to take out all the air from your lungs, or forcibly put air into your lungs. So either they're gonna explode, or you're not gonna breathe. I was like,
"You're a very dark individual, sir."
Oh yeah,
but I do want pyro. If I were to choose anything, it would be flames.
Yeah,
to the point where I would even like stare at candles when I was young, and it was just like, I'm gonna make it move to the left. I'm gonna put it out from here, and it's 10 feet away. You know what I mean? So I still to this day like. Damn,
sooner or later,
one day a salt shaker is gonna move into my hand. Like it reminds me of Bruce Almighty where he's like gets the creamer and he's like, oh,
the freaking
I love it.
You be doing that at work too,
dude. I'm telling you, bro. Like it was.
They're just.
I screamed at the top of my lungs because I believed I was a Super Saiyan. We all been on that one
at least once.
But yes, dude, I remember like I found like videos of like people moving paper in a jar, and they were like teaching their breathing techniques, and I was like, yo, this is real. And this was big when Kadabra was the big Pokemon and psychic ability. Dude, I'm telling you, I was one of those. I'm still a firm believer that there is people that can reach that. Like the Iceman, isn't it? They call him the Iceman, I believe, where he was able to control his internal body temperature and was able to climb mountains in ski shorts, and he stayed 98.9 degrees.
I don't know about that.
You never seen him, dude? You got to look that up.
People do. People mention monks and stuff like in the mountains and everything. Because they'll go sit on slabs of like snow or ice, and they'll just sit there meditating for hours. And then their outfit's normally wet, so when they go sit on it, everybody's like, "You're gonna freeze to death," and they'll just sit there, and you could slowly see steam start building off of them because they're just building
their own heat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this Iceman was able to like go hiking. He would go skiing. That was like a thing. It was like even a thing on like Discovery, I think, where it was like. He was going skiing. It was a Superhuman, I think that's what it was called. And like he would go skiing, and he was in just like swim trunks and was able to control his body temperature. And then like for like a controlled test, they put him in a thing like with like covered in ice or something like that. Like it submerged completely, and like the entire time they had like a thermometer on his body showing that he was at 98.9 degrees. Like it's just like. That's what I'm saying. There are those special people, I believe. You know what I mean? I 100% agree that they are out there. You know what I mean? So, But yeah, James Gunn again, with bringing in the practical effects, practical outfits. I think he's gonna bring a good story. I believe in James Gunn. And again, we need a James Gunn in the MCU. Like as again, not a James Gunn as far as like director, just someone manning the polls, like someone manning the news out there, just like, hey, Feige, they're saying that Victor Von Doom is going to be called Montague. FYI, I read an article that said that he's going to be called Victor Von Montague, and I was like, we need someone to just literally be like that. False, like Marvel.
I mean, honestly, I think Marvel does have a social media people. But they don't. All they're doing is posting like stuff about it, but they don't shut anything down.
They're the worst, bro. I feel like they're the opposite of James Gunn, because James Gunn's like, yo, we're gonna cut it at the other ones are like, again, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Let's write that into the script.
Yes,
I mean? Like, that's such a good fan theory. Like let's write that in there. You know what I mean? Like I can see that. Like then they're truly enjoying the like mania that is like rumors and theories and all that stuff. Like the guy that plays Foggy, you know what I mean? They're like even touching base with him, and they're like, "Hey, did you see that they found an comic book?" Then he's just like, "You sly devils," you know what I mean? Like, how do y'all catch that? I can't say anything. I would love to entertain it, blah 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 blah. But
it's better for me to be quiet,
dude. Like it's wild, bro. It's wild. I don't know. They need it at Marvel, 100%. I believe
people be stretching the truth at Marvel.
I feel like it's one of those that scene with SpongeBob when he's in his mind and they're all running around with a fire.
Oh no, he destroyed his name.
So I feel like that's what happens. It's just mania, at freaking Marvel right now. Like. But to speak of Marvel, guys, we're gonna, again, in the name of the sake of the title, a little bit of everything. We're gonna, cover a little bit of the Daredevil show. So it's been long enough that hopefully everybody had seen it. So there should be no spoilers. I just wanted to, talk about the finale. You know what I mean? It was, pretty epic, but also, a lot of people thought it was a letdown. So I wanted to get, people's opinion, you guys' opinion, but. Overall, in my my opinion, I think it finished at a strong 9. You know what I mean? A literal strong 9. The only one that I agree with that was some of the people's opinion was that little like we need an army, and then they show that ragtag bunch of people in the bar like that one. I wholeheartedly agree with, but the writer and the showrunner of the show made a good point. He's already on it. He was saying we would have loved to. They're in our back of our mind, like we want to bring them back, but they were showing some other kind of concept that he's going to be starting from the ground up to fight this army, you know what I mean? So that was my only thing. Other than that, I feel like the gore was on point, like the moments of like holy hell that just happened, you know what I mean? Like okay, all right, like we're back into it, you know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. I gave the finale a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. You know what I mean? So
I wanted to give it better. I think I'm gonna put like a 7.5 out of 10. I think the part that hit me, like it started losing me a bit more, were certain parts with Kingpin, especially toward the end and with the commissioner. And I was like, okay, it looks too funny now. I can't take you seriously anymore. Like it looks very playful. Like it doesn't look, to me, it didn't look good. And then when he did what he did, again, spoilers for something that's like what, 2 weeks older, like just in case you guys, but like that okay, leading up to it, that scene where he like, I think he like hits him in the back or something first. And then he like does that little karate chop to the neck, and he just like, oh, I'm paralyzed now. Oh, I'm like, that hurts. Trust me, I know it hurts. But you like, and he's a big man, so okay, maybe believable, okay. But at the same time, I'm like, you just over there sitting while he's talking. He's walking around for a second. Then he comes to you and starts squeezing your head, and I'm like, okay, but you're still over there like you don't even try to like swing back or nothing. No, like you're like, oh,
you're a commissioner. God damn it, do something.
I was like, do you not have a gun on you? Like,
I don't know. He got roped into that one. I think again. I was shocked that homegirl betrayed him.
Yeah,
that one.
But I kind of saw it too. Like,
did you? I feel like she was
more afraid for herself.
That's true. I didn't think of it like that, but I thought she was going to be more fearful to like, yo, I'm going to get out of this. And she was gonna die.
Yeah,
I didn't see the commissioner. Commissioner's a commissioner. You know what I mean? Like, and then for him to say at the end that he just left the city. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
that was cold. That was cold.
Bro.
But no, like the part like with that is just, I think the commissioner proved a bigger point killing him in front of people because it's a commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to just kill her.
Who's her?
Like
she's a mayor's assistant. Yeah,
mayor's assistant type runner.
I can see that.
Like, I'm like, no, they're killing the commissioner. And you're doing it right in front of the cops too. Like, nah, like, but dude, he's squeezing his head, and I was like, okay, like I understand they're not doing the comic book fist cue strength thing, but then when he does that whole like snap, I was like, did a piece of his face like just slide off of his skull, like it just like skin just slid over because he like went like that and like his jaw
maybe like right here, the eye bone down, like I saw this part making sense, but that's what I thought too. Maybe like he like grabbed right on like his, you know what I mean, and like goes up with it. I don't know.
That again, that was like it was something about Fisk's part that I was kind of like, you lost me.
I didn't like the when he wiped his face. I feel like he was supposed to get something on his face, but there was nothing there. You know what I mean? So same thing. You know what I mean? I feel like it was it was what was needed. It was what was described. You know that there was going to be there's going to be the.
I wish there was more. Like, give me a little bit more. You're going to describe it as it's going to be gory and stuff. Like
the fight scene with Daredevil and Punisher. You know what I mean? In the apartment, like. What was it? Like, you know, real quick, 20, 30 seconds. Like, I was waiting for a bloodbath. You know what I mean? Them going down the whole floor, taking out every SWAT team, going down the, down the whole floor of his apartment complex. You know, I saw that in my head, you know, and then we get like this lackluster, like 7 to 10, you know, granted there was some bullets flying, good. There was some good like dagger throws, you know. Again, the guy that I send you, the Alex voice guy or whatever, the way he screams like Punisher. I was just like, you know, those parts I was just like, okay, you know what I mean. Like I can see it, you know, why you need that effort or whatever. But I don't know. It was.
I did like the little scenes when they were fighting in the apartment. And they're like yelling at him. He's like, "Damn it, Frank!" He's like, "You're always a liability." And he's like,
and they're fighting.
And he's like, "Shut up!" He's like, "Grenade." I was like, "How the hell did you hear that over?" I'm like, "Your hearing's good, but like you're like you could see the training in him too to like constantly keep an ear out."
Always.
And I'm just like, you having a full on battle, and then grenade, jump with me. I was like, "Damn it!"
Like it was good. It was good. Like again, we got the build up. It was the Frank Castle fight too. That, you know, when he was taking out the cops, when he was going after him, like I was just like, good.
His stuff was better than Kingpin's, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
The little like where he went after him, and I think so too.
And like the art they did, like the prosthetics they did for having him beaten and everything. Yeah.
Dude, that was a rough little, you know, scene as well. Like, I'm glad that he got to call them to their face. You know what I mean? Like, was like, yo, you think you know me? You know my pain? Like,
dude, ooh. I find that crazy because in the comics, what's his name? Bullseye. Mm-hmm. Bullseye is normally he's kind of a loose screw. You know? He's a little, but when he's sent to kill Frank Castle, he's like, well, I gotta know him. I gotta understand who Frank Castle is. So he kills a husband and a father, takes the family, like, oh, let's go eat, let's go do stuff, let's go to the carousel. Kills the family the same way Frank's family was killed, and it's like, oh, so this is how he felt. All right, time to go kill him. I was like,
I love that when we talked about it last week. They were like, he wouldn't just kill to kill, and then we're like, wait a minute.
Both of us were like, hold on, wait.
We just got done talking about how he killed with a freaking pool ball in Cuba.
It looked like he was having fun with it. The dude coming down the stairs. Oh my god!
What? Dude. We're like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Oh man, but dude, that's wicked, and I like that, build up when we found out Vanessa went to go talk to him, stopped him from taking his meds because the meds were just, zonking him out. Like, shit was wild, bro. Like, I am the fact that he started like pulling that up, like he was remembering everything, like he knew why Foggy was doing everything, dude. It was that build up that we needed, and then again, like I feel it was taken away on the last episode. Like I said, it was all this like lead up to a massive like conclusion, and it was like. It was almost there, you know what I mean? Like, we got what we wanted, the hour show. Did you notice that? It was 59 minutes or whatever. I was just like, yes! And I saw again.
That felt like they let us down because I'm like, we understand you're going to make a season 2. We definitely get it. You're doing well enough to make a season 2. But for them to end, and shows do this, like where they end it so hard, they're like, oh, season 2 coming up. Like, but it just felt like so unfinished. And it was just like,
and then it goes back to, are they, doing this build up purposely? You know what I mean? Like we're getting 8 and 8 or 9 and 9, 9 and 10 or whatever compared to our, 18 to 24 that they used to give. Well, we got the whole story in those 18 or whatever episodes. So I feel like they're gonna do this. It's gonna be anime-esque, hanging. You know what I mean? But what I'm happy about and what we didn't get to put on the news is, if you follow the page, on the Hydeout, we did, share this. They are going to be pumping this out every year. Yes. So, one of the big, controversies right now, Disney umbrella, they Wednesday. So Wednesday season 2 is coming out, right? But they're showing what's his name, her brother. What's her brother's name on the show? Is the Addams Family, but it's the brother, right? Well, the little brother was like the little brother. Now, because of the massive gap between season 1 and season 2, the little brother is freaking 5 foot, 10, 5, towering over Jenna Ortega. So I'm glad we're gonna get it every year. You know what I mean? Like they're shooting consecutively. Like if y'all don't follow. They were literally started shooting season 2 when the release of Daredevil was coming out. Yeah. So they literally went to the release, and then they're like in the interviews were saying like, hey, we got to go to work. We got to go work after this. You know what I mean? So if they can keep that rhythm, I think leaving us hanging is okay because it'll give a bigger comeback.
True. I think the biggest thing for us, and I don't remember exactly, but I think when we first were discussing when it was coming out, we had said it might be 18 episodes, 16, 18 episodes originally. And then it got dropped down to 8 or 9. And with that, I was like, okay, so are they splitting it into 2 seasons? And it does feel like that. Like it feels definitely like they took a whole run and cut it in half because they had to do the rewrites and stuff too. So I'm just like, if they do it, hopefully they do it right. And I'm like, I won't mind a thing like you said of like that yearly release. Definitely give it to me. Speaking of, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has something similar to it. Like it's supposed to be. I think they said the second season coming out right now is going to be a little over a year, and then after that it might be yearly
because it was done this spring. And then this one will probably fall in 2026 fall, probably right. Okay.
But like with Daredevil right now, we got the release of next year March, and that was really quick for announcement too, because me and you had saw it and we put it up on our page and everything. It was like a couple days before or after the finale, and they're like, oh yeah, March, I think they said March 2nd 2026 for the season 2. I was like, dang,
and that's almost year to date, almost to when the first season came out. So
so I was like, damn, like they working on
they're
it.
They're bold. And then again, it was an MA TV show we got, so I mean, it was testing the waters on all factors.
Yes,
you know what I mean? They're like, we're bringing back this character. We're bringing back, they want the gore. Let's bring this back. So they did have a lot on their plate, I feel like. Yeah. But yeah, 9 out of 10, man. Again, but the one that I'm laughing about the most, and because we've talked about it here, you heard it on the Hideout. Spider-Man cannot be in a live action interpretation in Marvel television. Sony's has the right to that, unfortunately.
Yep.
So he can come in animated series. Granted that the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is not canon. It's not a canon. So follow me here. So, but if we do get because we did get Daredevil in that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So if we get an animated series, because we do, right? What if? Yeah. What Marvel Animation? If at any point in time Marvel Animation makes something, the Spider-Man canon one can be in there, but as far as live action, they can't. Why I'm saying that? Full circle, because again, that goes to that one scene where everybody was wishing that Luke Cage was there, etc. And then so they showed everybody from all the parts of New York, showing like, damn, they're just sleeping, or they, just not paying attention to the news that Fisk is, taking over the city. But they always show Spider-Man. We're not gonna get it, guys. No. Unfortunately, and then I don't think the rights are given up. Again, they talked about the villains, and they were, if they get to use it, they get to keep the rights even longer. So
if they don't make anything within, I think, like 5 to 10 years, the rights are given back to the original owners. But Sony has been pretty consistently releasing stuff Spider-Man related.
Yeah. So very unfortunate, again, in the realms of that, you know what I mean? But it was funny because on our intros, we got to speak of there was one of the videos that I got to use, and it was, it was Spider-Man, and it was like, what has Spider-Man got left to protect or something like that? And I said, I was like, Brooklyn, and you were like, Queens. I was like, God. So there is a map, guys. If you follow anything Marvel, they finally posted a map of like New York City and like who was where, like you got Iron Fist doing over here, you got Venom and and Tom Holland over here, or Spider-Man over here. Dude, it was great. So go find that map. You'll find out where everybody is. Jessica Jones is in like the Bronx or something like that. Like
understandable.
So all kinds of stuff. Like it was funny. Like it like helped me out. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to print it out for you.
Have it in the background. And over here, this is happening in Hell's Kitchen. The power outage took out. This portion.
That'd actually be pretty interesting to have.
That would, dude. Again, what went out? The whole city of Brooklyn? Like, because it was the Brooklyn Bridge that showed that it powered down. So is it Brooklyn that went out? Was it the entire city of New York? Like, just a complete blackout?
Mm-hmm.
What is MCU gonna do? Again, we need rumor crushers, guys. Like, are we getting in? Are we getting with Fisk in the movies? Like, or is he small scale that he'll never be announced? Like, New York is the helm of danger. You know
apparently,
what I mean? You don't move to New York, guys, because your insurance is high. You know what I mean? So I love those memes.
You have housing insurance? Yeah, I got it right here. No, do you have Avengers insurance?
Exactly. That is hilarious. But yeah, do not move to New York. Your insurance will be high, 100%. But dude, I hope they do. I hope we get someone, someone Defender-ish in the next season.
I honestly thought that's where they were going with. Like, I didn't want them to go with that route. But when he's like, I got an army or whatever, and he like then it showed that like little ragtag team, I was like, honestly, you let me down worse than I thought you were going to.
You were just like you were 30 minutes, you were 2 minutes away from finishing it good, and you gave me that bullshit.
Like, most people's expectations were here. My expectations were like right here, and then they put me down here. I was like, how did you do this? Like, I had low expectations. You went beneath them.
You shot me in the knees, Marvel. You shot me in the knees.
And the only other thing too I think about, because I think you showed me the black
outfit,
black Daredevil suit. when he wears that, he's in charge of the hand.
Yes, I was hoping you brought this up. Yeah.
With that, he has an army.
Yeah, I hope again if Daredevil season 1 is canon, all seasons, everything is canon. So hey, he went into the bath of whatever, was it Ra's al Ghul's the Lazarus pit. He went through that,
which is kind of crazy that both DC and Marvel have it.
It might be a thing.
I mean, I know like a
it's
lot
based
of people,
on lore.
Yeah.
And then what else? Wilson Fisk talks about his business partners getting taken out. So I'll be down. I'll be down if it were to go that route. You know what I mean? Like if they bring the arc, but apparently that arc shows that he is starting to let the evil take over him or something like that.
See that coming through.
Yeah,
it's already bleeding through.
That's what I'm saying, dude. People are good, and that's why I love comic, like the I love hate for them, because then they give like too specific.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't do the kick with his right foot. He used his left foot. Like that's not his signature kick. Like, you know what I mean?
He's left-footed, not right-footed.
I get it, guys. There is things to nitpick. Rings on the hand with DNA. What I mean?
That's not nitpicking. That's just how a ring is part of your DNA.
He wore them that much. It was great.
Infused his blood into him.
We'll never get over that, man.
I can't. Like, that's one thing that pisses me off still.
So, but
I actually wanted to rewatch that series, and then I was like, I can't do it. I can't see the rings.
I gotta go watch something that let me down worse than Daredevil. Secret Invasion.
Honestly, it's a lot of their lineup. A lot of their
the Space lineup. 5, lineup for sure. But no, it was upsetting. They said that they are thinking about him, so let's see. You know what I mean? Like, again, people probably jumped on the hype train when Jessica Jones posted that, or the actress was in New York or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but again, the theory of the hand, he's been in the Lazarus pit, canon, that line of thing. You know what I mean? And it's MA. We got a lot. What's her name was not accounted for. What's her name? The Zhao or something like that. The little Chinese lady. Apparently, Mrs. Gao or something is still out there. She wasn't someone that
yes.
So you know what I mean. Like we got some routes. We got if they're as serious as they say they are, I think we can make it happen. You know what I mean, or they can make it happen. I don't know. Fan service or not, I think we're on the right track.
Yeah.
As far as right now, and then I've been hearing, going on to the next portion, main part of our show, Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? So I've been hearing good things. I've been hearing that this is one of the latest Marvel movies that is actually, up there. I haven't heard any, it's been Variety, all these like good news article, people.
You mean people that are paid to say it's good?
Sometimes, sometimes, but nonetheless, unanimously.
If it sucks, I'm gonna tell you it sucks.
I haven't heard anything bad from when it released, because they did the UK release already, and I've still seen positive reviews.
We'll see.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on there, guys. I tried to recap before the show, and it was impossible because I had a lot to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's too big of a spread.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like too dang, because you have Ant-Man.
It's Ant-Man and Wasp. So even before the Quantumania,
they got Ant-Man and the Wasp. You have Black Widow.
Those are both pre-COVID times.
Yeah. What else do you have in there? I'm trying to remember. Oh, you have
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which, and also, if you want to rewatch everything with that, all the Captain America movies, and Brave New World.
Because Bucky comes in. They make a mention on one of the secret snippets that they showed. She makes fun of Bucky's, what is it, political campaign, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, but 4 months or something like that? Like, I can't remember. So,
freaking, what else is there? There's a few. I'm trying to remember them all. Taskmaster.
You're almost there. Yeah, Taskmaster, which is Black Widow.
Ghost.
And Ghost is Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yelena is Black Widow and Hawkeye. And then Bucky is Brave New World, that little come in, and then Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier,
which also includes John Walker.
And then that's
Red Guardian is
Black Widow.
So there's like it's still a handful to watch.
About 4.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to make it, guys. So I apologize, but it's gonna happen. I have faith. I'm gonna go in there. I think I did this to myself already. I think going in there with high hopes.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Always going low.
I'm gonna go in.
If you go low, they could go lower.
I'm running. They've proven it. They've proven themselves
at least twice. At least twice.
They've dropped the ball on episode 4, and they've dropped the ball on the finale. You know what I mean? So,
like shoot,
but no, I have faith. Someone made fun of it, saying that it's gonna be the all talk no jutsu or something like that, because they're like Sentry and Void are like this Superman-esque being, and you got a ragtag team of nobodies that have not nowhere near that power.
You got like what, two super soldiers?
2 super soldiers. Walker took the medicine.
Then you got 3.
So Red Guardian, because he got the Russian one, and then what did they even make it this little snippet. He's like, what super soldier serum did you get? And he's like Hydra, and he's like, the good kind. So I think it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be witty. I just
honestly, I'm looking forward to Red Guardian just because I feel like he's the major comic relief in that, but he fits it so well. There's that one scene though I seen on the trailer too with Bucky like using his metal arm, of course, and he like shoulder checks that damn car to fly over. I was like, that looks cool, unbelievable, but cool. Like, I don't think
it can happen.
No, he could do it, but shoulder checking that whole car while it's rotating to hop over everybody behind you. Either the car is gonna bend, because that car still looks too damn good in perfect condition rolling, and either the car is gonna bend or stop. I had to get through it.
I think Marvel should, for physics and the concept, they need to hire you.
Reality, that'll be my whole thing.
No, that don't work.
That'll be my whole thing in Marvel. They'll be like, go to the reality check room.
You're just at a desk,
right there, just no.
Does that even sound remotely possible? No.
It still would have been cool and believable as if he just went over there right in front of the car and just palmed it, and it would have dented kind of around him, but it would have stopped it before hitting them rather than look cool. But
and maybe even like a shoulder to it, and like he gets pushed back into it or something like
but like popping it, because I'm like, you're strong, but that strength is not in your metal arm.
Maybe there's so much physics that it's over our thought process. Like,
I'm not a physics person.
The fulcrum point of the check of the truck hit him in his 45-degree angle with the launch of
we're gonna go Ant-Man style. It hit him right in the quantum elbow and quantum jumped it up. You guys just had quantum
and they push the button. And they push the
button. I'm like, it's somewhat believable, but I'm like, that super soldier strength is not in that metal arm.
Mm-hmm.
That metal arm is strong, but can it launch something like that the way your physical strength is going to launch it?
It's vibranium as well,
which means it will stop the car entirely.
What if he used the vibranium release to pop it up? Maybe.
I mean, technically, if you want to give him the little, how that builds up the kinetic energy and then pop it up like that, okay, I'll give it that. But we have not seen his arm like that.
Reality check room. Go to the reality check room. We need confirmation on this.
I'll go into a whole. I will go to freaking school right now and study physics just for that.
That is hilarious, bro. Are you serious right now? Like, you come to me with this, you know?
But like after that, be like, here's your HR form. Go ahead and complain.
Take your box of stuff. Get you a see, you know? Dude, that is funny.
Come back to me when you got something better.
That would be a hilarious, a reality check room. But dude, I think again the no talk jutsu is gonna come into play. So talk all jutsu, whatever is it?
Talk no jutsu.
Talk no jutsu, like, because honestly, it is. I believe that fact right there. You know what I mean? But again, the void is the parallel, so I think that's where they're gonna like convince him. Like someone said, they're gonna have to convince him to revert and. The world is not against him type thing. You know what I mean?
But Sentry's always been that kind of character too, so it's understandable for them to talk.
And then to have him in Avengers Doomsday already announced, you know what I mean? So he's gonna be a key factor again. I think it's one of those like Tony Stark, Vision type thing where he's what's her name's Viola.
No. Wait, what are we talking about?
Homegirl's creation. She made Sentry, the one that made the Thunderbolts. Valentina.
There we go.
Valentina. Whew. I think that's you know what I mean? Like her little thing that is going to turn against her. Yeah, it's going to turn against her. Realize that she was the bad guy in a way.
She's like, dang it, I shouldn't have done this.
Yep. So, but guys, it is coming out May the 2nd. We are going to be covering this movie. So
tickets are already pre-ordered.
Pre-ordered. Go out there, watch it. It will be a spoiler-ridden episode. We'll make sure, again, we're using our fancy banners. We'll, be flashing, spoiler throughout the episode.
We'll do those tornado signs of burn.
Yeah, straight up with a siren as every 5 minutes maybe. But no, we're definitely going to be talking about it. I'm super stoked. Again, on my behalf, I'm going to go in there with my hopes held high. So we're going to get a special stunt by, Yelena. Apparently, she fought for that, jump off the second tallest building. So Florence Pugh went and talked to Kevin Feige and was like raising, Kane and was like, yo, we got to do this big. You know what I mean? Like, this is apparently it's the opening scene or one of the, starter, scenes for her. So, she took inspiration from Tom Cruise, which is pretty cool. Course. So, all her own stunt. So, that's going to be pretty cool. I think, a little tidbit, but again, apparently it's the culmination of showing that, no matter how much red or what you've done in the past, you can always come back and redeem yourself. That's the whole, synopsis,
Can you really clear that much red in your ledger?
The good days. When writing had its, at its peak, but, so, we're going to get the bucket. So, dude, I'm so mad, dude. I went to this theater and I was like, yo, hold on.
I'm surprised
so you already got, dude, no, again, I want the Regal package, the $35 bucket with cup with the Funkos. So the cap covers. So I think that's a good investment.
Yeah.
It was there. It was the gold inlay one. I think I had a picture where it showed the characters all the way around. Kind of like my Infinity bucket. I have an Infinity bucket. And I was like, no, I had it, bro. But again, I got my Captain America bucket with the shield and the wings. It was worth it. But that made me upset. It was the helmet of Captain America when he was, flying in the jetpack.
Yeah.
They had a Red Hulk bucket where it was all red and it was crunching the shield and it said Captain America Brave New World.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a close one too. And then they had the one that I got, the wings, the bucket, and the lid. And then they had the one that I got with the red shield and the wings.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how? And so I asked them, and it was they ordered after the fact, and then they had those were the leftovers. So they sold out so fast that they reordered, and they had leftovers. But I'm still getting shocked that they put out that Thunderbolts one a whole week in advance. You know what I mean? So now I know why they're running out if they were doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but definitely. They're supposed to do it on day of
release. 10
p.m. viewings.
7 p.m. viewings. You know what I mean? God damn it! But guys. So Thunderbolts is going to be heavily reviewed next week. Be sure to watch it. If you don't watch it, tune in. Don't tune in.
Or if you want our honest takes on it and want to hear somebody who watched it, and then go watch it for yourself to see if you're right or not. Yeah.
But the bad thing about our review is we do talk about it.
Oh, yeah, we're spoilers.
We literally will.
I don't know how to do not spoilers.
Me either.
You know the time when he did that thing with the stuff in the other room?
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, I can't do that because at some point I'm going to lose myself.
Minute 32. They did this one part, and that one guy came in, and his eyes turned, right? And then,
you know that scene where Venom? Oh wait, sorry, spoiler.
Dude, like I'm the worst. I'd be saying names left and right. But yeah, guys, it is coming up on May the 1st, and then May the 2nd. I'm sorry, because that is May the 1st. You know, whatever day you go. But then, so stay tuned. We'll be releasing a schedule for more confirmed dates, and then we'll be going from there. But also, again, as we're, speaking, again, I'm wearing the limited edition right now, the Hydeout hat. Again.
It looks good.
Showing everybody this is a possibility to win this hat. What I said was there is a possibility to win this hat. What I can do, guys, the special winner that does win this hat, the subscriber, the follower, the commenter, I don't know how we're going to do the giveaway. It is a giveaway, not a raffle. This is to say thank you to all you guys, all you followers out there. You will be able to custom make the hat. So you'll get that special logo. But again, I'll put more information out there. You'll be able to choose the color of your hat. You want black and brown. You want it on a all camo. You want it on a purple. You want it on a pink. Branded Texas Traditions will be providing that hat. I'm gonna put it in the comments right meow. Give me one sec.
I mean, granted, I want to say our logo cutters are what, purple and yellow.
Yeah, purple. Yeah, unofficial but official purple. Yes.
So yeah, we might have to work on getting one for me and everything too.
So join this giveaway. Special edition hat. There you go. Follow that page, guys. Wonderful people. Again, a good business that they do wood burning, hats. Let me finish this post.
All kinds of things.
So definitely tune in for that, guys. It is going to be given away. I'm stoked. Again, here's one more view at it. Super nice hat, great quality. The leather is amazing. Branded Texas Traditions outdid themselves. So again, guys, you'll be able to get that in a giveaway. So that is coming up in a couple weeks. More information on that for sure. And then what else? That is it. That is all I got. Again, we will be talking the Thunderbolts next week.
Saturday coming up.
This Saturday. So it's a double episode week, I guess you could say, and then giveaway coming up soon, and that is it without giving too much away. But I hope, again, you guys are enjoying the edits that we're doing. We're super stoked. It was a long time coming, but we're finally messing with it and officially putting it out instead of just talking about it. But the intro is going to be, we're going to start putting all the season 4 now that we got this intro made. So season 4 will be caught up, and then, so on and so forth. We'll get our reels going, etc. I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Our 2-year anniversary. When is that? June or July?
June,
right?
June. I think it's June 18th, if I'm not mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken.
We will have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's like June 18th. A week after Flash came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere around there.
So yeah, that one, guys. I'm super stoked about that. We have a big plan coming. We're working out the kinks so that way we can bring you an amazing show. I know we have some good ideas, but without spoiling it, I know it's going to be a big one this year. We did the chicken wings, and then we did what else? Pie to the face, right? Mm-hmm. So we want to kind of keep it in that realm, so that way we can, again, thank y'all guys for, joining us on a 2-year journey, you know what I mean? And, going strong. We really enjoy bringing this content to you guys. Reviews, castings, rumors, the whole nine. So that's, it's been fun. It's been a journey. So, as our content grows, we'll be, displaying buckets and all that good stuff. I love the ever-changing background. I don't know. It's
an evolving background.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's evolving. It grows.
It lives with us.
And then our audio got better. Guys, again, go to the YouTube channel. You follow, subscribe the channel. You have season 1 on there, season 2, season 3. Season 4 is going to be coming soon. So you can tune into the show at The Real Hydeout for YouTube. The Hydeout page, go like and follow that page. Again, we share all the content that we cover on the news portion on that page. That way, if you follow and share those as well, we will be bringing that more often. And then the real Twitch Hydeout people. Again, there's nothing for y'all to do on there but to watch us and subscribe, and come hang out with us. So again, I thank you guys for tuning in. That's all I got this week. We wanted to make sure it was a little bit of everything, just like the title said. We squeezed everything we can, and then we're getting everybody ready for the Thunderbolts. The movies again in order, or not in order, but that you might want to watch is Black Widow. That is for Red Guardian and Yelena Belova, right? And the Taskmaster. And Taskmaster. So you got 3 on that one. And Hawkeye, if you want to see where Yelena, came in a little bit. Then you have Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's the last time you see Ghost in a film. First and last up until this one. Then Red Guardian as well. Forgot. Oh no, and Falcon and Winter Soldier for both the Winter Soldier and John Walker, Captain America. So guys, check those out. You got a week, a couple of days left, depending on the day that you go watch, and you'll get familiarized with the movie. And yeah, guys, tune in on Saturday at 7 p.m. We should be on time. Everything's going to be set up and ready, and we're going to be covering Thunderbolts. And that'll be asterisk. That'll be all on that day. Maybe some news. If we come up with
some news, we'll always discuss it before.
You already know. So again, thank you guys. Join us. Keep following us. Tune in for the hat, and we'll see y'all on Saturday, guys.
Thank you guys for joining us.